Hello everybody, my name is Nick, and I also go by Kyogre Kawhi, and I am the coach of the Lansing Leafeons. So I officially joined the ABL in November of 2019. Now is Tailwind, and I don't have Ice Punch. I'm just gonna go for a beefy close combat, see if I can get the KO. To me, the ABL is very unique because of the double style format and really just the whole of having such a really good group of people, and especially I think the people organizing it have a lot to do with the whole just environment and culture of just being really supportive and being really kind and wanting to help each other out in any way that we can. It's just a really nice community and I think again that has a lot to do with the staff members that run the ABL. What is my favorite Pokemon? My favorite Pokemon, you might know based on my channel name, is Kyogre. I just love it. My first Pokemon game I ever played was Sapphire, so I've just always had a lot of attachment to Kyogre. Really cool, awesome design, really powerful, just all the things that I really like in a Pokemon, and my favorite color is blue, so all of those things combined, and it makes it my favorite Pokemon. When I battle, what are some of my major focuses? So when I battle, I always try to think ahead. I think a lot of people do that, but specifically, you try to think at the very end, thinking multiple turns ahead, thinking about what Pokemon you have and what Pokemon your opponent still has left, and just trying to develop a strategy that is thinking about the current turn while also keeping in mind what you might need to do in future turns. And that, I think, to me, is one of the major focuses in how I battle. Pretty annoying, but I do lower his special attack by one stage. I don't know if this saves me from getting knocked out. It just goes for a max starfall. Probably not. Okay, so I should have gone. So what tips would I give to someone who is new to playing Pokemon? Where I started it is I just looked at what other people were doing, using tools like Smogon and Pokemon Showdown, and just places where people are building teams and sharing their ideas on how to build competitive Pokemon teams, and also testing out strategies. So that's kind of where I started. I didn't come up with any unique ideas on my own. I was just using Pokemon sets that other people had come up with. And then you kind of figure out some of the strategies. You're like, okay, I see why maybe this person made this decision, or why they chose not to do something else. So that's really, I think, the best place to start, is just looking at what other people are doing and use that as a jumping off point, and maybe alter and come up with your own unique twists on then. And then once you get an idea for how the game works really well, then you can start building your own, maybe more complex strategies. Thank you guys so much for watching this interview. Peace.
Hello everybody, and welcome to ABL Primetime. We finally started Season 4, and we're very proud and excited to have everybody watching and everybody competing. In case you guys didn't know, ABL, the Amateur Battle League, is a doubles format draft league where we battle 6v6, one round match, winner take all. So, we don't only fight for bragging rights. Bragging rights are great and all that stuff, but we also fight for the ABL trophy, which you guys can see right here. Pretty cool, I know. Season 3, it seemed like Duraludon. It was the first time we did Sword and Shield. People were like, oh my god, how'd you get the trophy? Great stuff. But we'll be competing for the Season 4 trophy. Our last season winner, Season 3, the Copenhagen Canines, all the way from Denmark, won the trophy. This year, this season, we could get a brand new winner. We could get a brand new champion. Who knows? We have a bunch of brand new coaches. We have a bunch of I guess not power hungry, but we have a bunch of hungry competitors ready to win. Today you guys will be seeing two different matches. You guys will be seeing the ABL Minors Championship match, which I will be narrating in just a bit, and you guys will be seeing the main event, the Leafeons versus the Brobats, which is listed down below, narrated by HPT. So hopefully you guys are excited, and let's get on with ABL Primetime. Okay, we're bringing the ABL Minors Championship match between the Moonlit Dragapults, coached by Risa, and the Riolu's Rangers, coached by Vashi. Right here we see on the screen both teams up and on display. We have the Riolu's Rangers with the Gigantamax Machamp, the Mewtwo, Chandelure, Mudsdale, Pangoro, and Grimmsnarl, while the Moonlit Dragapults brought in Kyurem White, the Gigantamax or maybe Dynamax Copperajah, the Incineroar, Whimsicott, Jellicent, and the Ditto. A very, very good matchup indeed for these two players who have made it all the way up to finals, taking down veteran coaches like the Vancouver Corviknights, and other competitors that were in there. Like Boston Grambles were also in there as a replacement coach, and these teams, brand new in ABL Minors, made it all the way to the championship match. So again, it's going to be very interesting to see how these two will lead. I think there's some good matchups here, probably leading off with probably the Grimmsnarl, as we see him go ahead with that Light Clay, potentially going for the screen set and try to maybe defend and set up with any other one of their Mons. Mewtwo has a pretty lackluster matchup here because of the Incineroar, and then I don't know what moveset it might be rocking, but maybe Copperajah could pose a threat to it as well. Machamp actually has a very good setup opportunity with the Pangoro and the Chandelure as support for that Jellicent maybe down the line. It does seem like the Riolu's Rangers have a better matchup against the opponent's team. So these players are now set and ready to go. Let's go ahead and check out the championship match of the ABL Minors. Again, Moonlit Dragapults versus the Riolu's Rangers. Let's see how this rocks down. Taiga and Cotton Candy. So right away we see the Incineroar Whimsicott lead. Very common lead in regular VGC, so this doubles format is not surprising at all. And then we see the Mudsdale with the Grimmsnarl. Two Prankster Mons right off the bat. Sadly, Whimsicott cannot Prankster the Grimmsnarl due to the Prankster abilities, of course, and the Dark typing to it. So now we're going to see some moves here. We're going to see a heavy slam probably going on right for the offensive. So that's very interesting to see the least. Let's see how the Moonlit Dragapults decide to play this turn out, as we see a very offensive side from the Riolu's Rangers trying to take out the Whimsicott, which can pose a threat down the line for any type of setup that might need to be done. So right now we're going to see a fake out coming in from Incineroar into the Grimmsnarl slot, preventing that Mon from doing absolutely anything. Energy Ball coming out from Whimsicott straight for the offense on both sides. Very interesting from Prankster Mons to be doing that. Here comes the heavy slam from the Mudsdale going into the Whimsicott, and that is definitely going to make it activate its Focus Sash, which is definitely something you don't want to see happen right off the bat, especially with a Mon so viable as Whimsicott, where it can just use Prankster for so many different things. Tailwind, you could use Fake Tears, if you have any sort of status conditions, weather altering, like it just depends what you set up on that Whimsicott, and it's a real shame to see it just drop down right off the bat and doing very minimal damage, to say the least, overall in the whole team. So again, it's going to be very interesting to see if we see any switches, any changes, any reserves coming in from the Moonlit Dragapults. But that first turn one did have a heavy exchange for both Mudsdale and the Whimsicott. And here comes a Tailwind as a last-ditch effort to activate that Prankster benefit. And now we're going to go ahead and see the taunt come in from Grimmsnarl, but he's not fast enough to get that Whimsicott to not do its damage. Knockoff does hit the Mudsdale, knocking off its Assault Vest. Here comes a Rock Slide from the Mudsdale, securing both slots, getting a KO on Whimsicott, and dealing some damage on the Incineroar, but that Intimidate from early on, we saw the Inner Focus, I believe, activate, so it's very, very interesting to say the least. Moonlit Dragapults making their pick. See who replaces the Whimsicott. They have some good reserves in the back. They could opt to go into Ditto, copy the Prankster Mon that's right in front of them. They have the option to just go straight Reshiram, the Kyurem White. However, the problem with that is that you do have a Fairy Mon right across from you on the field. So it's going to be very interesting. Maybe Copperajah comes in right now, early in, and she tries to focus out on the Mudsdale. But no, we see Pringles, the Jellicent, coming in. Jellicent's a really good Mon, has potential to set up a Trick Room if the team is running a slower set, which we did see the Copperajah, so that is also a probability, Strength Sap to keep that thing in. There's a taunt coming in from the Grimmsnarl onto the Jellicent. We're going to go ahead and see in a little bit if that was actually even going to go for the Trick Room at all. Here comes a Flare Blitz from the Incineroar, dealing some nice damage onto the Grimmsnarl, and it does get a burn. and that recoil damage does hit that Incineroar. Here comes an energy ball from the Pringles, the Jellicent, knocking out the Mudsdale. So now we're both 1 for 1 here. So a very nice exchange, nice revenge kill there from the Jellicent. You know, it is a shame that the Grimmsnarl is burned, but it has been doing a lot of damage in terms to support wise and what it's actually doing in the back. You know, knocking stuff down. You know, setting up. It's really been somewhat of a hassle. And I think it does need to be checked, in my opinion. I think the next mon that they should focus on, unless if like something very dangerous comes in from Riolu's Rangers. But here comes the Machamp. So Machamp is going to be coming in now. Very interesting choice for sure. Machamp doesn't really, I don't know what moves he might be rocking, but Machamp doesn't really do much onto the Jellicent. There comes a light screen, as we see set up the light screen right there. He does have dark moves set up just for the situation. So Riolu's can opt to go for that close combat on the Incineroar and secure that KO, or go ahead and what it seems like might be the case and just Dynamax, considering whether or not they want to Dynamax and take out the Jellicent. So we're gonna see some decision making going on right here. On the retrospect, we don't know what exactly Moonlit Dragapults want to do here. Is it too late to set up a Trick Room? Is Trick Room your option? Is it your go-to? We don't know. Definitely some hesitation from part of the Riolu's Rangers. And here we go. Here comes the light screen. And again, Grimmsnarl does have the light clay as we saw before, so it will be an extended light screen. Here comes a Flare Blitz from the Incineroar, trying to secure that KO on the Grimmsnarl, and it does. So Grimmsnarl is now out. Moonlit Dragapults have the lead in a 2 knockout to 1 knockout lead, so this is a 1 differential lead for now. Here comes the Energy Ball. We did see that the Machamp had the Assault Vest. Here comes a knockoff and activates the Colbur Berry from the Jellicent, so it won't do that much damage. Very, very, very good prep from both sides here. We're going to go ahead and probably, I would dare say, probably like a Mewtwo or a Pangoro switch, and here it comes. No, definitely not that. Okay, it's going to be interesting to see what exactly comes in, but it's definitely going to be nice regardless of what comes in, just because you can shift focus. If you bring in a Ghost type, you can shift focus and try to take out the Jellicent with your Ghost, and if you bring in like a Pangoro is a Dark type and can do the same thing. So it just depends exactly what you want to save here, and they do opt to save the other mon and come in with Pangoro, so it's going to be very interesting to see what moves get chosen here. You can also always Dynamax, Gigantamax from the Machamp side. So again, now we have 2 fighting types on the field. This is definitely a scary situation for the Moonlit Dragapults, just because Incineroar is so low. It could definitely be knocked out, and then the Jellicent took some damage. So depending on how the spreads are on either side, Jellicent might go down too. So Moonlit might have to play a defensive turn here. We're going to have to wait and see exactly what she opts to do here, Risa and the Moonlit Dragapult, since it's definitely going to be this turn is going to be very important here. So we're going to have to see who exactly makes the first move, who exactly makes the first play, and we're going to go ahead and see as these players just locked in their moves. And here we go. Dynamax time, maybe Gigantamax. It indeed is a Gigantamax. No, Dynamax. So it is your Dynamax Machamp coming in. So we got no Chi Strike. It is just going to be a full-on regular Dynamax Machamp, which is great. Here comes the Brick Break from the Incineroar going into the Pangoro, who has a Chople Berry ready to go. This breaks the light screen, so no need to worry about that at all anymore. So very nice prep from Risa's side. Here comes an Energy Ball coming into the Pangoro, not doing that much damage. Here comes a close combat onto the Incineroar, who probably has another Colbur Berry as well. Oh my, a Chople Berry, I'm sorry. And there he goes. There's another knockout, so now we're tied again. Very nice exchange going back and forth here. Now that Pangoro is a little bit dropped on the defensive side, so there might be a switch out coming in, because there's a few mons in the back that Risa has access to, like, and then, oh, not another knockout. So Risa does have other mons in the back, like the Kyurem White, also the Copperajah and the Ditto, which can come in at any time. So no more Tailwind from the opponent either. So Risa's in a little bit of a bind here as she loses her Tailwind support. She loses her Intimidate Mon. It's definitely going to be interesting because most of these Mons on Vashi's side are physical, or the ones that are out right now. So it would have been probably a better idea to save the Incineroar and just cycle it through into Intimidates, but no, we didn't see that. So it's going to be very interesting to see. Does maybe Kyurem White come in? Maybe Ditto? We don't know. It's going to be a very interesting play for sure. Risa making sure she's making the right play here. Make sure the right Mon comes out, as Vashi is probably just already calculating what the next 2, 3, 4 moves are going to be, as it seems he's in a really, really comfortable position right now, dominating the field with this Dynamax. And here comes the Copperajah, so we might see 2 Dynamax Mons on the field at the same time. Vashi has to make a decision right now, double down on that Copperajah potentially, since the Jellicent's already so low, or does Jellicent have access to Trick Room and hasn't shown it yet? And if you don't take down that Jellicent, you might be in a bind later for slower Mons. So we're going to have to go ahead and find out here, as we see that he's going to aim for a knockoff on that Copperajah. No. Doubling down, switching side. Nope, just making sure that they're going for the. Oh, definitely nerve-wracking right here. So we are aiming for a parting shot this time instead. So parting shot will be going into the Copperajah. Make sure it's lowering its stats, which it does seem like an interesting play. Not interesting, definitely like a smart play to kind of like secure anything. And yep, here comes the Dynamax here, as we can see on the Moonlit Dragapult side of the field. And Risa not here to play any more games, trying to come back, and we're going to see the Gigantamax Copperajah come out. So Gigantamax Copperajah having the ability to set up the steel spikes, so we're going to have to keep an eye on that, see if it does activate, does not activate. Parting shot does get through into the Copperajah, so now it won't be doing as much damage as usually. We're going to go ahead and see what Vashi decides to switch into here, as it doesn't seem like it's going to take any time at all. The Chandelure comes in, potentially trying to burn the Copperajah, maybe just trying to make sure it secures a KO on the Jellicent. No, as the Jellicent's going to get knocked out right now with the Machamp. Machamp makes sure there's no ghost types there to annoy the Chandelure. So now special defense drops on Copperajah, and this is a very, very tight bind for the Moonlit Dragapults. Here comes the Starfall, which is going to go right into it's going to go into the Chandelure slot. Nice switch from Vashi, because now that is not a very effective move. The parting shot plays an effect here. Very, very nice plays from both players, actually, believe it or not. So again, now we're going to have to see what the Moonlit Dragapults decide to switch back into. They're in a really tight bind here. Kyurem does come out, so we're going to see Kyurem potentially try to cause some havoc here as it activates its Blazing Aura Turbo Blaze. Let's go ahead and see what happens here. All right, so they're going to go ahead and try to switch out into the Urshifu, which has not lost any defense anymore because of the switch. So we're going to go ahead and see how this plays out. And Risa having clicked in her moves quickly. Here comes a Shadow Ball from Kyurem. Nice switch from Vashi's side. Not doing as much damage as you would want on that Shifu. Here comes a Max Knuckle onto the Kyurem. Secures the knockout onto the Kyurem. Now we get an attack boost on the Machamp, and this game is almost secured, ladies and gentlemen. Almost secure. Again, that Copperajah is crippled down a little bit. Here comes a Starfall from the Copperajah. It does go into the Machamp. Oh, not enough. Not nearly enough. And again, we do know that the Pangoro is faster than the Copperajah, so it can opt to go for another parting shot to lower that thing's attack even further, and again, causing a lot of damage later down the line. And of course, the Ditto is going to imposter into the Pangoro, which is going to be weak to the Machamp as well. So Machamp is just in a really good position right now as an overall Mon here. It's going to be very interesting to see what the Moonlit Dragapults decide to go for here. Again, parting shot, like we said before, going to be going into the Copperajah, and then... no, we're switching. I think Vashi's trying to decide whether or not he wants to focus on Copperajah or focus on the copied Ditto. So it's going to be interesting to see what actually gets locked in. So we see a doubling down from part of Vashi. So we're going to see what exactly goes on here. So knockoff going onto the opposing Pangoro, and now we're going to see a close combat from Pangoro onto the... There's a simple 1-2 knockout there on the side of the Riolu's Rangers, and now the Moonlit Dragapults, I believe, are down to their final mon. Ooh, another Shoppleberry held up all the way till the end, so that Copperajah will live to see another day. Now we see another Max Starfall coming in from Copperajah. Going to be going on to the Machamp. Will this be enough to secure the KO? And it is. Machamp is finally told to calm down as it secures that KO. Again, now we're down to the final 3 Mons on Vashi's side of the field. We know that the Pangoro is actually faster than Copperajah, so I'm considering maybe close combat being enough to finish off from here, from this range. But just in case, here comes Mewtwo. And again, this is going to be an extreme threat here for the Moonlit Dragapults as they lose their Gigantamax. And again, it seems like it's just Copperajah up on the field right here. And again, close combat, we know it's faster. Close combat should be enough to secure that KO. And I think it's secured. Here we go. Aura Sphere from Mewtwo for the finishing blow. And that is game. The Riolu's Rangers are now the ABL Minors Season 1 champion. Let's go. Congratulations to Vashi and the Riolu's Rangers as we get the mascot to get the finishing KO. Isn't that the mascot of Season 4? Isn't that great? That was an amazing battle from both Risa and Vashi. Congratulations to Vashi on becoming the first ABL Minors champion. Now, there is a little bit of an announcement I have to make. And hopefully you guys are excited about this. Hopefully not. Hopefully not sad. But this season, Season 4 of the Amateur Battle League, will be my last season running the ABL. After this point, moving forward, after this season is complete, we will be needing a new group to take over the ABL. We have some people that are interested in staff, but we're opening up the floor to every single one of our competitors. If you're watching right now and you're a part of the ABL right now, whether you've competed before, whether you're competing right now, make sure to send a message over to the staff in the ABL Discord and contact them, let them know that you're interested in helping manage the ABL moving forward. It's been a great 2 years now, which is incredible to think, and we've had amazing success over these 2 years, over these 4 seasons, and 1 minor season. However, life goes on, new opportunities arise, and it is my time to move forward and continue doing my own thing. Now, that doesn't mean I won't be around, that doesn't mean I won't be supporting the league, that doesn't mean I just gone Thanos. No. I'll be around to help, maybe throw some opinions in there, and hopefully I'll be able to see the ABL continue to grow as it has throughout these 2 years. Now, without any further delay, since we have no battles to watch and this is week 1 of the ABL, we'll go straight to the action. Again, there's no power play winner because it's only week 1. We'll do that next week. But without any further delay, it's time for the match you guys wanted to see. The number 1 overall player from last season versus the newcomer, Root and his NJ Brobats. Who will win? Let's go.
Hello everyone and welcome to Season 4 of the ABL, and this is the Week 1 match. I can't believe it's back. Only yesterday it seemed that Season 3 had finished, and my name is HPT and I have the honour of doing the commentary for this first match, and it is between Nick of the Lansing Leafeons and Reet of the NJ Brobats. Reet is a newcomer and Nick I've got to know from last year, and he's a great fella. Now let's look at the teams quickly. As you can see on the screen, we've got Nick who's rocking an Exadrill, a Mindidi Male, a Grimmsnarl, a Gigalith, a Mewtwo and a Noivern, whereas Rita's got a Chandelure, a Surfetch'd, a Vikavolt, Togetic, Eternius and a Sanaconda. Now the differences from last season, it's going to be 1 game best of 6, and as you can see with Mewtwo and Eternius being on the field, each team has a legendary Pokemon. The other difference is that there are going to be no Dynamaxes this season, only Gigantamaxes. So that's going to be for Nick, he's going to be showing his Grimmsnarl off, and for Reed it's going to be the Sanaconda. So we'll get into this quite quickly, as I know you've been even watching Curse doing his little bit before the game. And as I've got no favourites with this. I don't know who's picked what. We're seeing this from Nick's point of view, so I don't know who he started with. So it's bring 6, use all 6. Now, as I said, this is going to be coming from Nick's point of view, and I'm going to be covering up the bottom right of the screen. So I'm not going to see what moves Nick is going to be using. We will be seeing it if there's going to be switches. So here we go. This is it. The ABL Season 4 is beginning. And let's see who I think that's Reed. Yeah, so he's sending out Sheer and Icky Vicky. Who's that? Chandelier and Vikavolt. What's he going to be? Is it Trick Room? Both those Pokemon wouldn't mind a Trick Room setting. And it's going to be the Indeedee male and the Noivern. So that is it. The Psychic Surge is up, so there's going to be no trick shenanigans. The Psychic moves are going to be going up by an extra 50%. At the moment, I'm not sure who is in the best position. You've got the Psychic Seed that's going up, so that's going to be the defense going up even more. So that Vigavolt's not going to be doing as much as it want to do. The Indeedee does have Follow Me, and that's what it could be doing at the moment. I'm not sure what Toothless is going to be doing. He could set up a Tailwind at the moment, but usually when you've got Indeedee on the field, that thing is used as a Follow Me. I'm not sure what we're going to see at the moment. Chandelier's probably not going to mind too much. It's probably going to go after it with Indeedee. Oh no, Indeedee is normal at type, so a Ghost move is not going to work on it at all. I forgot about that. I fell foul of that last year when I tried to attack that Indeedee. I've got a Vikavolt in other teams, so it'd be interesting to see how it is. It's a shiny Vikavolt looking absolutely beautiful. And I can't really see what's going to be going on at the moment. Both taking the time. You don't want to mess around in week 1. You just want to do your best. You just want to try and get the points on the board. See if you can just get that nice win. Shadow Ball coming out. Who's that going on to? That's going on to the Noivern. Looks like how much damage is that going to do? Just over half. Heat Wave coming through the Noivern. Flash Fire. So that's going to be actually powering up the Chandelier, but it's going to hit that Vikavolt. How much damage is it going to do? It does again, just over half. It's not too bad. Imprison, that is going on to the... It's going to probably get onto the Chandelier, but not seen anything. Vicky Buzz, that was going on. Whether he's suspecting there was going to be a Trick Room coming up, I suspect he was. Looks like that's leftovers damage onto the Icky Vicky. So what it looks like that Nick was going for, he was probably thinking the Chandelier was going to be using a Trick Room. With Icky Vicky on the field, Vikavolt, that probably does prefer a Trick Room. It does prefer, it's quite slow, so it probably wants that Trick Room ability up. And Nick now has probably used that Imprison to try and stop a Trick Room going up, but I don't think it was going for it. So at the moment he's in a bit of trouble because that Chandelier is quicker than his Noivern, and it will be able to finish it off before the Indeedee male is probably going to be able to do anything. So it looks like there's going to have to be a switch at the moment. Nick already on the back foot. I think he has made a bad play, but you say a bad play. For most people might be thinking the Chandelier is going to be setting up for a Trick Room, so it's one of them. He had to go for it. So Noivern is coming out. Who is he bringing in? He's bringing out Dobby. Dobby being his Grimmsnarl. Now, he had Grimmsnarl last year. There we go. So it's got a Choice Scarf for them being able to find out what its Frisk. So now it's going for it again. It's going to be going back into the Grimmsnarl. It won't do any damage to Indeedee. It does just under a quarter damage, but it's got a special defense drop, which is even more critical. Expanding Force from Goat. This is going to hurt. This is one new move that's coming. How much damage it does? It has got rid of the Vikavolt. That's a new move that's come out this year with this new season with the expansion pack. Basically, it does a ton of damage on the other team, and with the fact that little Indeedee brings Psychic Surge to the field, that means that Psychic moves go up by 50%. It may not be the best user. He's got Mewtwo though. Mewtwo would love to get on the field and use that move, and it would be absolutely terrifying if that Mewtwo is coming up. And remember, I've got to play both of these. They're in my division. I've got Nick next, and then I've got Reet after that. So who's good? What's he going to do here? The Choice Scarf's going to be able to go first, but the problem is it's locked into Choice Scarf, and it's going to have to get out of there because it's not doing much damage to the Grimmsnarl. It won't do anything to the Indeedee. Now, Nick can decide to keep his Grimmsnarl on the field if he wants, but he's got to Gigantamax it if he wants to do anything. Eternius comes out, and that's really bad. I love Eternius' design. The problem is it looks absolutely tiny there, but in reality, if you go by its Pokedex entry, it's absolutely gigantic. It just doesn't look that threatening at all when you see it like that. I suspect that Chandelier's got to come out. I think it's its absolute sitting duck there at the moment. Even though it's had its fire moves powered up, it can't use them because it's locked into a Choice Scarf. Are we going to see a Dynamax from Dobby? I suspect probably I'd just save that for now. Maybe save that because once you use your Dynamax, your Gigantamax, you've only got 3 turns of that. Indeedee's probably done what it needs to do at the moment. It's got the Psychic Surge, but you don't want to really bring Mewtwo into yet. You don't want to try and save that. You'd be worried if he does decide to keep that Chandelier, and Mewtwo could be walking into a Shadow Ball, which will probably finish it off in 1. But you want to make sure you can get Mewtwo in a position where it can just dominate under no Trick Room and under a Psychic Surge, and then Mewtwo will just absolutely clear up. That's the power of the original Gen 1 Monster House. So it looks like there could be a switch at the moment. They're both trying to test my voice at the moment. He's got 9 seconds left to make a decision. Nick, you better hurry up. So it looks like he's swapping in good old Gigalith. He is going to use Gigalith. Gigalith is a fantastic Pokemon. I love it. As I thought, there goes the Chandelier. Here comes J-Pop. Who's this? and it's Togetic. Togetic is coming out. Switch from Nick, he sends out Gigalith. So Gigalith, that's a solid choice. It gets its special defense up because of the Sandstream. Well, that's what we make sure it has the Sandstream. It does. It could have Sand Rush as ability. Sandstream, fantastic ability. Sludge Bomb coming on from the Fire Nation. That'll probably... Wow, it doesn't. It does not finish off. And it's going to be Expanding Force. How much damage is that going to do? Here we go. Wow, does an absolute ton to Eternius. Absolute ton of damage to it. And that's not going to like... Eternius is nearly on its knees already. The goat is probably going to survive even one more turn. Togetic. I'm not going to pronounce it. I'm just going to say little white thing because I can't pronounce it properly. At the moment, you've got, like, I think Nick's in a fantastic position at the moment. He could use Follow Me if he wants to make sure everything goes onto it. I know that the little white thing can use its own version of Follow Me, but the problem is it's going against a Gigalith, and Gigalith, any rock move is going to do so much damage. I think at the moment Nick is in a great position. If I was him, I'd just be using Rock Slide, and I'd be using Come Follow Me, and that could probably be both of them out of the game. And that could be him in a really good position. He'd be 3-0 up at that point. So I'll have to wait and see what happens. Reek's just trying to decide out what he's going to do. He's going to try to work out what is the game plan for himself. You better hurry up because my throat is starting to really hurt. It's late at night here for me. I said I'd have this done, but I will get it done in time. It will be... I'll have Curse probably messaging me shortly saying, where's this footage? He'll be getting this footage shortly. So is it going to be... There's another Sludge Bombs coming on. Eternius has the speed. That is the end of the GOAT. So Nick loses his first Pokemon, and it is indeed, he has gone. Thunder Wave. That's... Oh, it's avoided it. That would have been a really smart play. And the Fire Nation's avoided it. That could have been the end of the Fire Nation. How much damage is that doing to the little white thing? And the little white thing takes it like a champ. Both of them are still having a chunk of damage at the moment. But I think we've still got at least another turn of that Psychic Surge up. We have. It's at least out. Who's he going to bring in? He could bring in... Looks like he's bringing out his Excadrill, which means it's going to be loving that sand at the moment. It's going to be the fastest thing on the field by a country mile because of Sand Rush. Is it Sand Rush or Sand Force? One of them. Either way, it doubles its speed in the sand. And I suspect we're going to be seeing a double Rock Slide here. And I think both of them will be going down. Excadrill has very high attack, extremely high attack, and these two are a perfect combination, and I'm actually quite terrified we let Nick get an Indeedee and a Mewtwo, and these two together, absolutely terrifying, and I'm not looking forward to seeing that next week. Nick, do us a favour, give us the free win, I'd appreciate that. What are you going to see now from the NJ Brobats? I'm not sure. They're reeling on the back foot here. They could be losing both. It could be that they just need to sacrifice both of these and go, do you know what? We're going to lose both of these Pokemon this turn, and we're going to have to make up with our last three. I think that's what I'd be doing at this moment because those Fire Nation and J-Pop in a really bad position at the moment. They're going to get hit hard if this Rock Slide hits both of them. He decides to withdraw the Fire Nation. Is that the smart decision? Who's he going to bring it into? It's Cheeks. Who is Cheeks? That's his Sanaconda. So Sanaconda's in. So it's going to be able to take a Rock Slide, but how much I'm not sure. More person actually went for high horsepower. That does well over half damage. That's not good considering that's a Gigantamax version. Smart play there by little J-Pop. That uses a Yawn onto the mole person, so little Extra's going to have to get him out of there. Another Rock Slide. How much that damage? Oh, that's the end of J-Pop. J-Pop is gone. J-Pop is out of this field and he is gone. So there's another Pokemon gone, and that's his bulk. Sanaconda is probably going to recover with a bit of leftover damage. And now what's Nick going to do? Is he going to try and keep that Excadrill in here? I'd probably keep it out of there. I'd probably make it back. Don't let it fall asleep. Let's just, you've still got the Mewtwo in the back. You've still got, what else has he got? He's still got his Noivern in the back. You can reset the sound at the time. Plenty of time to do that. I would really be getting that Excadrill out. The problem is that the Brobats have got at the moment is that their Gigantamax version has already had a chunk of health already done to it. It's going to have to absolutely come back strong. It probably will be able to get rid of the Gigalith if it does use a Gigantamax. So Surfetch comes on the field. That thing is going to have to be some predicting. I haven't actually seen Surfetch actually on the battlefield, so it's actually great to see it first time in a VGC match. Nick, I suspect, should be making a prediction and making a movement, and it does look like he's making a move at the moment. Who's he going to be switching to? I'd probably say Noivern. But what do I know? I haven't practiced with Nick's team. Is it going to be a double switch? We'll have to wait and see. As we can see there, we've got 2 Pokemon down from the NJ Brobat and 1 Pokemon down from the Lansing Leafeons. And so this match is still going. It's very tense at the moment. One big move can change it for either player at the moment. With the Brobats being a brand new team to this season, I wonder how they're going to get on this year. Are they going to make it into the top 6, I should say. And unlike last year where there were 18 players, there are only 12 players this year, so a bit of a drop. And what's going to be happening is that there's going to be four matches, and then there'll be another switch where they'll try and match people, do a dynamic shuffle as we called it, and then the top 6 will be going through to the playoff finals. There's going to be a Gigantamax. Anaconda is Gigantamaxing, but that also means there's possibly no Pokemon are making a movement at the moment. So here comes the big snake. Look at it, the whirly little bugger. This is one of the first Gigantamax Pokemon we saw when the Gigantamax was first revealed. What would you call it? A sand snake? It is a sand snake. It is out. What's it going to do? But who's got the speed? Is Nick leaving his Excadrill? He is leaving his Excadrill. That just seems really odd. Is he expecting it to die? He's protected, or has he got something to wake it up? Surfetch goes for Detect as well, so that's going to be protected. Simp. I can't believe he's called that Simp. I love that. That's a great name. We've got the Airstream going on to Molperson. It's going to do barely any damage at all. But the main thing is that they're both going to get a boost from this. So they're both going to get a speed boost. Simp. That is an absolutely fantastic name. So they now got a +1 in speed. Rock Power goes on to Cheeks and it takes it. But with that, it means it's going to be getting an attack and a defense fall on that Gigalith. Both going to be getting hit by the... Oh, no, sorry. Only the... Surfetch will be getting hit as Cheeks will take sand, so don't take any damage from sand. And there's the sleep. Is there a berry to wake this thing up? There is no berry to wake that up. I'm surprised they decided to keep that in and protect it. Maybe he just thought Molperson's done what it needs to do and Excadrill's done for the day. I can just try and keep it in there. But now that Surfetch has probably got the speed to go after them. Excadrill has to have 1 turn of sleep at least, so that is absolute sitting duck at the moment, and Surfetch can probably go after whichever ones he wants. Surfetch being a fighting type in this generation, so it's probably going to have a free switch, and with a defense drop of Gigalith. Gigalith is a bit of a sitting duck as well. I think if Surfetch goes after either of these, it's in trouble, and the fact that also that Sanaconda is a ground type, it is going to be able to do some massive damage if not get rid of either of them. So I'm intrigued what Nick's going to do at the moment. I said this battle, I thought it was going to be Nick's earlier on. I thought he had a real good chance of using a double rock slide, but at the moment it is now back with Reet and the NJ Brobats. What are they going to do? Could they take it this turn? Could this be the big signalling movement where he makes a move? Still waiting for a decision from the Brobats. Here we go. What's going to happen? Rock uses Protect. That's the smart play. Definitely agree with that one. Molperson there. There's its turn of sleep. Couldn't wake up this turn anyway. Close combat. Who's that gone on to? It's gone on to the Gigalith. That's a great play. And is there going to be anything? Max Airstream coming out again. Who's that gone on to? And it's gone on to Molperson again. And it's probably got the speed up. So really, although nothing has happened, a lot has happened. The fact that now Gigalith can't protect. Well, it could, but it's only got a 50% chance of working. And the Sandstorm has now subsided. So Gigalith loses that 50% defense drop. So that special boost. So does the Excadrill, but Excadrill also loses the speed boost. So now there's absolutely no doubt that Surfetch is going to be the fastest on the field. Sandrush is not in effect, and that Sanaconda is going to be as quick as anything as well. So if Molperson stays asleep, if that Excadrill stays asleep this turn, it is not looking good, because the chances of that Gigalith being able to protect is only 50%. They could get both wiped out on this turn. This could be going from 1 down to 3 down. Let's have a look. He hasn't woken up. He was going for Protect again. Close combat. Who's that gone on to? That's going to Excadrill. No way is it surviving. It's gone. Excadrill has gone. I should start scratching these off, actually. Excadrill has gone. Indeed, he has gone. Who's we lost? There goes. It faints down. And a Max Knuckle. How much damage is this going to do? Not that much damage, but the main thing is it's got that attack boost. But is it going to activate? Usually you got Gigalith that has weakness policy. Are we going to see anything like that? Attack boosts. No Gigalith. No. We've got a Rock Slide coming in, and it's not done that much damage at all. Remember, it used close combat, and there's a Sand Spit, and I think that's what he was hoping for by using the Protect. Oh, at the moment that Gigalith, I feel so sorry for it, because it had that attack drop from using close combat. But now the Sand's back up, which the Excadrill would have loved to see, but unfortunately it's not happened. And now I think this is in a really good position for the Brobats. They've got 1 attack boost and 2 speed, so they are definitely the fastest on the field at the moment. Dobby's coming back out. Are we going to see a Gigantamax from that? Let's see. The Surfetch has got a Expert Belt, so any moves that it has a special attack, it's going to be increased more damage. But that's the end of the Sanaconda's Gigantamax. That is done, which means that Dobby can use his if he wants to, but the problem is it going to have the speed? I don't think it will. As I say, we've had 2 speed increases and 1 attack increase. And that Surfetched is going to be looking at either one of those Pokemon going, you guys are going to be looking very tasty. I think it would finish off either one of those. Although saying that, it has used Close Combat, so, oh no, it was a superpower, so that does your attack boost. Close Combat does do your offense. Now here comes a Gigantamax from Nick, from the Lansing Leafeons. We're going to see the good old Christmas elf is coming out. I know Nick probably didn't even have to train this thing, because he's got about 6 of these things, and it looks like a bad guy out of a Power Rangers cartoon. That's the only way to describe that. I can imagine Rita Repulsa probably would have bred that, or Lord Zed would have done that from his staff. So who's going first? This will be a good test. Poison Jab coming on. That has practically finished it off. Although it looks like it's a weakness policy, the problem is the sand going to finish it off. So Dobby's attack has gone through the roof because of the weakness policy. Body press coming out from Cheeks. Who's that going on to? Sanaconda does not finish off the Gigalith. Wow, and the berries coming in. What is that, a figgy berry or a citrus berry? I think that's going to be a figgy berry, judging by how much it was. It is a figgy berry. How much damage he's going to do? Max Starfall. Who's that going on to? That's going on to Surfetched. It should kill, and it does kill. Wow, Surfetched has gone as well. This match is definitely not over. What a close game coming up. And that's going to be the Misty Terrain. It's going to be on the field now because of the Max Starfall. So what is this Gigalith going to do? Is it going to be able to take out the Sanaconda? Considering the Sanaconda was on its death knee, it's doing really pulling out. Is that going to be able to kill? It's not. It's not going to be able to get the kill, and that is going to be now a Gigalith. Oh, let's go back to this one. Oh my god, that is going to be one more attack. One more stage of attack is going to be allowed because they got 1 HP with the sand boost, with the sand damage. Now, as I was about to say before, the sand interrupted me. That Gigalith is now on -2 attack and -2 defense. Cheeks isn't going to want to face any sort of attack. You can imagine both of these will probably want to try and protect, but then try and see how much they can take from that from that Grimmsnarl before it goes down. Out comes the Chandelure, which has got a Choice Scarf. So it is going to be quicker than either one of Dobby, or it's going to be quicker than the Gigalith. So I imagine it's probably going to want to try and get rid of that Gigantamax Grimmsnarl. I would, with a +2 attack at the moment. It's get it off the field. It will be terrifying if that thing's allowed on the field anymore. You can't let it have an attack. And it is Choice Scarf, so it will be faster. What's it going to use? It's gone for Shadow Ball. Who's it gone for? It's gone for the Gigalith. That's a surprise. I thought it'd go after the Grimmsnarl. Oh, has that been a bad press? Body press. But he's got the speed boost, remember, so that is the Grimmsnarl gone. What do I know about Pokemon? So Grimmsnarl has gone, and the body press has really helped out here. But explosion! You'd never see that. Never see that. How much damage is that going to do? It's going to get it doesn't affect the Chandelure, but it's probably going to get rid of Cheeks. He may as well use it. He was on -2 attack. So Chandelure has gone, Gigalith has gone, and we are down to the final 2 Pokemon. We've got Eternius versus the Chandelure, and we've got Mewtwo versus the Noivern. What a final. Wow, this is as close as anything. Here comes the god of all gods. It's Mewtwo versus the big bad boy of the Generation 1 versus the bad boy of Generation 8. But they've already taken a huge hit. But as we can remember, Shadow Ball has been locked in by the Chandelure, and that will probably go after Mewtwo. It is going to be close. This game is going to be so close. No berries are going to be eaten. Pressure's going to be done. That's not really going to be too much of a problem at the moment. Oh my god, this is so close. As we saw on the timer, there is less than 5 minutes left to go. Good, because at this point my wife is probably screaming, "Get to bed!" Because it is quite late here, as I said. I haven't woke the baby up yet, but what is going to happen as we go back to this match? We've got 45 seconds of this timer, but the problem is that if that Mewtwo doesn't go for a protect, it's going to get whomped. It will get finished off by 100%. It's going to get finished off by the Chandelure. 2 minutes left. It's so close. What is going to happen? Oh my god, this is so close. But here we go. Shadow Ball. Who's that going on to? It goes on to Mewtwo, but it's got a Focus Sash. It's got a Focus Sash, so that is going down this turn. 100% is going down this turn. It uses Shadow Ball. Who's that going to? And that gets rid of the Chandelure. Oh my god, that gets rid of the Chandelure. So Chandelure has gone. So now it is just onto the Noivern. Dynamax Cannon coming from the Eternius. Who's he gone for? Who's he going to hit? Is he gone for the Noivern? He has gone for the Noivern. Is it going to kill it? He has killed it. Oh my god, it's killed it. It's killed it. Is it going to be the NJ Brobats is going to win this? It's buffeted by the sand. It's going to win this because of the sand. Oh my god, it is won by the sand. That is incredible. What a game to... Wow. That is an incredible way to do game one. What? Unbelievable. Nick, I'll pause it there. Nick must be absolutely gutted at that point. What do you say? What do you say to that? That was such a good game. It was going back and forth. I honestly thought at one stage Nick had that. I thought it was his game to win. And then all of a sudden the Brobats come back, and wow, that was a fantastic performance from the debutant. Well done. Nick is down to 0-1 and the NJ Brobats are up 1-0. I'll see everyone next time, and please make sure you subscribe to both of these guys. Their links will be in the description, and make sure you subscribe to the ABL channel as well. And until next time, I've been HPT. ABL's back. Bye bye.
All right, so very, very, very important disclaimer to make here in this battle that we just watched. It actually ended as a tie. Now, very quick explanation on what happened. The NJ Brobats brought 2 of the same items. There is a duplicate item clause. You cannot bring more of one. You cannot bring duplicate items, basically. So there were 2 leftovers in this battle on Root's team, and thus, because of the severity of how close the match was, regardless of the leftovers, the match was decided to be an 0-0 draw. So that's it. All Pokemon got knocked out. None of them won, so technically it's counted as a draw. They'll get a loss on the record, so it'll be an 0-1 for both teams, and all Pokemon knocked out on both teams. So that's the outcome of that battle. Very close battle. If it weren't for that double leftovers, it definitely would have gone over to Root's favor. But, you know, there's a very long and very, very long and tedious to read list of rules in the Discord for ABL. Very quick recommendation, you could just copy the whole thing, paste it onto a document and Control F, or maybe just search in the Discord itself and see if you can find anything that might raise a question or concern later down the line. However, amazing battle from both coaches. All links to all the coaches are going to be down in the description below. Next week for Primetime, we will probably have some other staff members around, maybe like Soy, maybe like Torn, doing some commentating on other matches, some clips here and there, some power play winners, who knows. But without any further delay, that is it for Primetime for today, the first week of ABL Primetime of Season 4. Thank you all so much for watching, and remember, if you're interested in becoming a staff member moving forward into ABL Season 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, a million, make sure to let the staff members know in the Discord. So without any further delay, my name is CurseShaka. Thank you guys so much for watching ABL Primetime. Until next time, take it easy.